we might want to go ahead and start the meeting. So let me get there to turn it off.
Hello, Discover Card here
Oh,
to
yes,
explain our
Discover
cashback
card.
method.
We do not care about that. So, all right, why don't we go ahead and start? Welcome everyone to our December shortened meeting. I do have an agenda, but I'm not even going to share it just because it's so shortened. What we're going to talk about today, I just want to welcome everybody and thanks for being here on a cool December morning. We finally got snow. Thank you. I'm so glad. But my office is 56 degrees, so it's a little chilly today. I don't heat it. Anyway. A couple of things that I wanted to share and see if I can pull that up. But we have the election results of the bylaws, and I want to pull those up if I have those. Let me see if I can grab them. Oh, that's a child support worksheet. I do have them elsewhere, so let me find them. All right. All right, so can you see this? Here's our bylaws and our vote that we did online. So we have approval. So thank you. And again, thank you so much to our committee. It was a lot of work. And so we had 39 responses which were for it and 3 did not approve. I don't know if there's some things they needed changed or whatever, but just to let you know that here we are and we have approval. So I just,
Greg.
yay. Thank you, everyone. And I really want to,
Sorry, I didn't get to my cell phone in time.
yeah. Greg?
It was very collaborative. Lou and Trisha and Adrian and Elena, everyone did great work. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I really want to thank the committee again. It was great. And I'm so glad that we have that updated. The other thing that kind of following on that note, so we still have people coming in, but thank you again to that committee. And I really appreciate all their work. The next phases we will work on is we'll look at the standing rules at some point and update those. Not during the holiday season, but at some point we'll go ahead and look at that. And then the other thing we're looking at is we need to, based on the bylaws and based on where we're heading with INC, we also need to look at a, now I can't even think of what we're calling it, our election committee. So Lou, do you want to come in? Our nominating committee, thank you. So if we want to talk about the nominating committee, it's a foggy morning for me, but a nominating committee for our elections. And we would love to have folks who want to volunteer for that. So please let us know. We need to pull that together fairly soon since elections primarily are done in March. So we need to pull together a nominating committee. Now, I want everyone to know that we're short on our board right now. So if anybody would like to join us before the election, that would be awesome also. But we do want folks to be on for the, nominating committee and then have actual nominees for each of the positions coming up. Now, the positions coming up this year are president. We do have some at large, and I think I'd have to go back and look. Do you remember, Greg or Lou, what is coming up this year? Because I'm not sure. Maggie. Secretary is again. Okay. So, and I think our secretary is not on today. So I mean, he texted me last week about that, but he is not on today. So we will have elections for that. And so we would love a nominating committee for that. And the other thing that we are still looking for is we are looking for members for our awards banquet. And we're not doing a per se banquet again this year because of COVID and Omicron and Delta and everything going on. And we're not having it in person again. Hopefully by next summer we could do something, and we might postpone the awards meeting until later, until things kind of cool down, hopefully. But what we'd like is a committee that could work. We do have a template, and Jane could chime in. Jane did a wonderful job last year, so we're looking for a committee to work on that. Yes, thank you very much, Jane. And we have a template for what work needs to be done. And it was wonderful online. If we do it online again this year, wonderful. But if we could do it in person, I know we'd all like to see each other in person. That would be nice. It would be good to get together and actually honor people in person. But if not, we can do it again online this year. So if anybody wants to volunteer for either one of those committees, you can contact any of the board members or contact me at president@denverinc.org. And the other thing is, I just want to see if there's any other updates. I know we are working on, we're still continuing to work on DEI issues. We'll pull that together and have a committee on that also. So does anyone else have any other?
Yeah, just a quick one from climate and sustainability. We are going to redouble our efforts this year now that the Climate Action Sustainability and Resiliency Office is up and running and the funds are flowing into Denver's neighborhoods. We are going to kick off 2022 with a meeting on the Saturday morning, February 12th, kind of a Love Your Planet meeting, and get an update of what's happening at the city. They've done a first round of funding and expect to hear where that's going and how it's going. And then we will meet either every month thereafter, focusing on a different topic, or every other month. So we hope that the topic following February will be about water, and then the one after that will be about household waste management and so on. So anybody who wants to help us pull that together, just chat Jane and me in the chat, and we'll reach out to you.
Okay,
Jane,
great.
anything else? Nope.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. So that's going to be very helpful. So that will be our meeting for February. But then also the committee will meet other times as well. Our January meeting, I just want to give an update. Emmett, do you want to chime in and talk about January a bit, about land trust? And
yes, we'll be putting on a presentation about land trust and generational wealth building and community building. So we'll be bringing in land trust people, people that are in the financial field, as far as insurance, securities, all those types of things. So that's what that presentation will be on.
And I think I heard, Emmett, I don't know if you know, but I think there was a newer land trust in Denver, which was a one in, I think it's Northwest somewhere. Anyway, so on the west side, but there's and Christine, I know you have your hand up, so go ahead. But if you know anything about that land trust, that would be interesting to note also. So I don't know if you know anything about that one. I might reach out to Emmett.
That's not elevation, is it?
Maybe it is. Is it, Christine?
I'm very aware of elevation.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
I just wanted to ask Emmett if he's including other entities besides the one he's working on. Evan, is it just going to be the presentation you did to ZAP?
It's going to be the people that are going to be working with me are part of my organization. There's a lot of land trust out here. Not all of them are set up the same way. Not all of them operate the same way. So we don't want to group land trust together in a group because they're not all the same.
I hear you, but I think if it's a forum for INC members.
Well, it's not a forum for land trust. Land trust is just a part of the forum.
Okay, do we want to add a little, do you have someone, Christine, in mind that we could add, like, a presentation, a short presentation from someone else too?
Well, I know that the Colorado Land Trust, which has 3 land trusts on Lowry, worked with GES to get those couple of land trusts going. And there's several others, but I think the topic of intergenerational wealth, I think everything about that topic is important. I just think it should be, I think we should work as a leadership team to make it really relevant to the whole membership. And I understand Emmett, because I've heard Emmett's presentation and met his advisors and the people he's working with, but I think it should be broader, that's all.
Well, if you have someone you want to add, that would be wonderful. I don't know.
I don't think it should be me. I think it should be the board that works on this. And I think it should be, what I am concerned about is that the board needs to do the work together to get presentations that, I have several ideas and, just pop up, like what we're doing at ZAP next time. We're having, I was going to get to that in a minute, but we can't just be an organization where we each put forth our project. That's all I'm saying. So I think it should be thought through.
Okay. If anybody has any thoughts on that and has any other connections or knows how to reach out to someone who could do a short presentation also, that would be wonderful. Or Emmett, if you have anybody else, that you would want to bring on, let us know. That would be helpful. I know January is coming up soon, so that will be, our meeting will be January 8th. So, and again, that will be online again. Anyone else? And Christine, go ahead.
I do need to do a zoning and planning.
Please.
For everybody. Ian and I have almost finalized having Brad Buchanan and Laura Aldretti, who's the head of community planning and development, to speak. We've asked several times in writing for them to speak on 2 things. One is Laura Aldretti would give us the work plan for community planning and development for the coming year. And if she can't, it's right now we're aiming for January 22nd. And then Brad Buchanan or someone from CPD, we've asked them to detail how planning takes place and how plans can be amended and plans can be changed. Can it come from community? Is it always the initiative of community planning and development? And this is a really important point, because if you read the code, the comprehensive plan is talked about in there, but they don't talk about all the neighborhood plans and the National Western, which is really not even a neighborhood plan, and all the other plans that we have. So we've asked specific questions. They haven't said they'll address that, but that's what we're shooting for the zoning meeting on Saturday, the 22nd.
Well, that sounds really interesting. So hopefully keep us updated about that. Joel, do you have anything to add on transportation or coming up in the next year?
Happy Saturday, everyone. We're going to follow our same schedule, meeting every other month on the 2nd Thursday of the month in 2022. And our next meeting will be January 13th. I'm got half the topics confirmed and the other half I'm waiting to hear, and I want to get that locked down before people disappear for holidays.
Okay,
So
great.
announcement.
All right, and if both you, Christine, and Joe put that on the website, then people will know, how to link on and what the topics are. That would be great. Anyone else need to chime in about meetings?
Yeah, I have some information for Parks and Recs. And this is good stuff because we haven't had any park designations for some time. And now it appears that Platt Farm Open Space, which is 5.8 acres, Montbello Open Space, 5.6 acres, Uplands Park, 14.6 acres, Park Hill Commons Park, 0.36 acres, and Westwood Park Addition, which is 0.48 acres, are proposed park designations at this time. Now, Brad Cameron and Jay Rust have also been working on some additional things, and I don't have too much information on it, but some other parcels that they believe need to be designated as well.
Well, thank you. I mean, are those all designations already in the works? I mean, and they're already designated, or
No, they're not.
They're not.
This is the proposed park designations. These
Oh.
would still have to go to council.
Well, that's great, though. That'll add to my list of parks to visit, but it's great that we're getting more, and that's wonderful to hear. We'll look forward to hearing more about that. Christine, did you have something else? Okay, all right. Lou.
Yeah, I just wanted to raise this because I had received some time ago an email from CPD about Advanced Equity and Rezoning Project Task Force as an RNO leader, and I did sign up for it. I was selected for it. And I wondered, Christine or anybody else, if this is something that anybody at sort of the higher level of Inc. is involved with.
So I tried to get Ian to have the planner come speak about that, but he didn't think that was, I agree, it's an interesting topic, and I'll be interested to see if it really means equity for residents who are trying to get involved in zoning and don't have lawyers and don't have lobbyists and have no chance, or if it's really just something to move forward a new zoning code. So we will see. I don't want to say too much because I'm not on it, but I think that there is no equity in the zoning process unless you all know how it works. You have to have a ton of money and a lobbyist to get anywhere. And it's a big issue. So I don't have anything further, Lou, but I do think we should hear from you, and maybe you'd like to come to zoning and planning as it move and just give us a report, or maybe we should have the person who's running it. But isn't the deadline passed?
It looks like they have made the selection, but I don't have a list of those people, which is why I asked if anybody on INC was on that task force. It's Sarah CAWRSE Karst and Elizabeth Weigel. So they've got scheduling set up, but I do think that that it would be good to get one of those people to talk about what it means. I can forward to you kind of the list of what they're looking at for the meetings, but it is something that, ZAP should probably be aware of. And of course, we care about it deeply. So that's why I signed up, and we'll have to, I just wondered if anybody else was on it. So thank you.
Thank you for pushing that and pushing me and Ian. I think it's important and we should have reports. And I thought we should have done it while it was still live, so to speak, and we didn't. So,
Well, and it would be nice. I'm hoping that they have diversity and they're including a lot of people from the inverted L,
yeah.
because that's really vital, you know, because they end up not having any voice or having a muted voice. But it would be nice just to hear back if we can. That's what I was going to say too, Lou. It would be great to hear back. Drew, you have your hand up?
Oh, I just wanted to say, Lou, thank you for bringing this up. I was not aware of this, and I agree with Christine. I think this should be discussed and talked about. So, bring this to Ink Zap. This is a very good topic. I was not aware of it. Just thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we'll do
know.
it in January. Maybe we'll include that January, especially if
good.
Laura Aldretti can't.
And so the other thing is that, you know, I know there's something about redistricting going on. I haven't looked into that deeper, but I wanted everyone also to know one other issue is that I think all of you know we've paired with Denver Decides over the years, and Denver Decides has been vital in providing, both sides to an issue, which is, what INC tries to do for upcoming elections. This last year, there was no funding through council or through the city for Channel 8 to do that. So I signed on to a letter in conjunction with INC that we would like to see funding for Denver Decides, so that there is that opportunity for everyone to see, topics that are coming up for elections. They will have those hot button topics that come up, that there are opinions on both sides. So they try and get both opinions presented at Channel 8. You can watch it on the web. And so I signed on to a letter, and I think, Maggie, it's on the website now. I haven't checked, but that should be on the website that, we signed on. We did hear back from Robin Kniech, Councilwoman Kniech, and she said, we'd like to see something happen, that there is ongoing funding. And we certainly agree with that there should be ongoing funding for Denver Decides, so that there is an opportunity for, residents and citizens of the city of Denver to be able to see, those both sides of the topics. Jane, you have your hand up?
Yes, I just wanted everyone to know that that's in conjunction with the League of Women Voters.
Yes.
And they were the ones that got this established and brought us in. So they're highly concerned that there's no longer funding for this. And yet at the same time, when cable television came in many, many years ago, this was forced on the city to make sure that they had an open forum for elections. And the fact that it hasn't been addressed and it wasn't available this year is a big loss.
It was a big loss, and I appreciate that, because League of Women Voters has been very strong in trying to promote, awareness of the topics and of the candidates. And I feel like, they're still working hard on that and trying to plan on things. And with no funding for, the videotaping and the presenting of those online, I mean, you can go to the meetings, but it's better if people, again, have that opportunity to see it later if they're busy, or have an opportunity to watch it at a different time and be informed. And I think that's a big part of what the League of Women Voters do. And I think that's really vital. So, if we hear back from council, and if that gets in, to the budget, it'd be great. And we will report back. Maggie?
Well, I'd like to beat the drum on another thing too, which is this requires cable to be able to broadcast all of these things. But lots of people don't have cable anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten rid of it. And it needs to be in another forum where people people can see it on their local channels. And that's something that is possible to do. I've talked about it with Paul Cashman a couple of years ago. It is possible to do this, and I think that we need to promote that not all people are able to see this. Either they don't have, they'd have to watch it on their computer, but they should be able to just go in and turn on the TV and watch it like they would watch Channel 6.
Well, and I'll try and remember to state that too. I mean, I haven't had cable since 2020, 2022. I don't have cable. I mean, and I had it for a year, and that was all my life. So I think that, you know, I agree. I think that's why I think if there's some way to get it online, you know, these days, a lot of people can watch things on your phone. Believe me, I see it. Most people watch things on their phone, and I think that's, you know, that may be the only way you can watch it, but it's a way to watch it. And some people don't even have local television anymore. They don't have televisions. Most people I know under 40 don't even own a television. They have or they do, they might have it for games. But the thing is that people watch things on their computers or on their phones or on their tablets or other things. So I think we do need to have some way to promote that so that everyone can watch. And I think that is certainly a big issue. So we'll keep you in the loop about what happens there, and hopefully they're working on that. So it will be a long-term, you know, plan, and hopefully we'll be able to say that it's now more equitable and everybody can really access that in whatever mode works best for them. Do we have any other topics, anything else anyone wants to bring up today? Again, I can't stress enough, please be a part of the nominating committee. Please contact us if you would like to be a part of the awards planning. We do need that. I think it's vital for INC to recognize those people who are community stars, those people who've worked hard in the community. I think that's really vital for us to recognize folks, because there's a lot of great people out there. And last year, you know, Jane can speak on this. Last year we had funding, more funding for youth, and it was great to bring in youth. I think that's really important for us, and more civic engagement from younger folks. And so I think that's important. Anything else, Greg?
So I would just like to say, in terms of awards, and particularly for youth group awards, we have commitments for about $4,000 right now for people making contributions to INC for our award program. So if you want to be part of the committee for selecting award winners, please be aware that we have money available. So you will not have to go out and beat the bushes for money. And it's always great to be able to give away money. So keep that in mind, please.
Yeah, think about that exciting time when you get to give somebody something, and the excitement of awarding somebody something and you know, validating their work is just vital. So I think that's really important for INC's work. Anything else anyone has? And I said we'd keep this meeting short, so if anybody wants to chime in, please go ahead.
Loretta, Judy here. Could you just say again what positions are open, what we're looking for in the nominating committee? It was board members, but
we have at-large board members, secretary, and you know, let us know if you're running again for that position. Emmett, he was appointed, and secretary, and president. It's election again for president this year. Okay. So if anybody wants to step up and be president, you know, please let us know. And anything else? I appreciate you all being here today, and it's wonderful just to see you, and happy holidays. Hopefully if you're traveling, safe travels, stay safe, wear a mask, be safe, and have a great holiday season, and we will see you next year. Okay, take care. Bye, everyone. If I had more music, I'd put it on right away.
Thank you,
Take
Loretta.
care. Bye.